podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome people to episode 408 of Film Bastards. I hope that's the right number because I didn't check before. This week I am joined by Rebecca.
Gosh, Sunday name. Hello everybody, I am Rebecca.
And Ian. Hello! And what have we got this week for you people? We have a review of the new M. Night Shyamalan, an argument of the new M. Night Shyamalan movie, Old. Myself and Ian will be chatting about Night of Kings.
Night of the Kings. You need to stop calling it Night of Kings because it's really pissing me off. Night of the Kings. Nuit del Roi, I think it is. It's Night of the Kings. The.
So there's Becky shouting at me about a movie that she didn't even watch.
I fell asleep.
We are also going to finally review Space Jam: A New Legacy, another movie that Rebecca didn't watch.
That things to do my time.
And, oh no, you don't. And we're going to do what we've been watching, got some trailers, got some questions, and bits and bats. I'm going to get
Bits and bats?
Bits and bats, yeah.
Bits and indeed bats.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not a thing.
Bits and bats, yeah, it is.
Fuck off. Nope. It's bits and bobs.
Bits and bobs is an alternative, yeah.
Oh,
They're
bits
both
and bats.
right,
Nope,
Bits and
nope,
bats.
nope, nope. Programming, the simulations had a bug. Nope.
Wait, there's another snail on the window, and the cat is freaking the fuck out again. Housekeeping. We are a Pod Syndicate podcast. There are other Pod Syndicate podcasts out there. They include Chinstroke versus Punter, The Rewatch Project, His Film, Her Movie, The Iron Sequel, Entertainment Landfill are back, motherfuckers. So go and listen to those. I was going to say go listen to us, but you're already listening to us, so that makes you better than most people. Also as well, Patreons. If you want to subscribe to our Patreon, it's Patreon/FilmBastards. It is just $2 a month, and you get things like us chatting the Twilight films, which is just pure sparkliness.
I feel like maybe we should talk about something good sometime.
It doesn't seem like the bastard way.
No.
Ian, what's been happening in the news this week?
News just in. Bits and bats isn't a thing.
I feel like it is.
It seems like it could be a northern thing.
Yeah. I think often, like, you'll come out with that bullshit fucking phrases, and I'm like, that's not a thing, Mark.
I don't think that's an often thing that happens.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah. You chat some serious shit.
I doubt that.
Yeah.
Listeners, please comment on this. And tell
Does
us,
Mark chat some serious shit? Obviously, all the responses will be, yes, he does. He talks bollocks all the time.
no, has Mark randomly made up a phrase that he thinks is an actual phrase and it's not?
Oh my god, I can remember like 3.
No,
I can't
with
remember the phrases.
bits and bats.
Yeah, but I can remember like 3 different ones that you've come up with
What?
over the last like few months. I can't remember them, but I can remember you coming up with ones and I was going, Mark, that's not a thing.
Pretty sure it is.
But bits
It's,
and bats,
No.
I think it's one.
No.
But audience, could you get in touch and tell us?
I don't care, because by that time,
it
this
just hasn't made it to Wales yet.
not a thing.
What's
Alright,
happened in the
Wales.
movie news?
It's not a fucking thing.
Green Knight, Ian.
Right, yeah, let's do it. So, the Green Knights. I don't know why I said it like that. Bit of a kerfuffle last week, where the Green Knight was pulled from its UK release. It was due out a week Friday as we record. So, just about 2 weeks before it was due to come out, they have pulled it. Still no official word out of entertainment film distributors as to why. And it's one of those what a difference a day makes things or even though I suppose it's what a difference a week makes. First off, the Entertainment's pinned tweet is still the Green Knight countdown officially begins cinemas August 6th, which is fucking embarrassing.
Can we just add though, for anybody who isn't aware, because you know, when we're getting into this, sometimes we do get into using Ianism into some very inside baseball stuff.
Indeed.
Right? But Entertainment are notorious for doing weird shit like this, aren't they?
Yeah, they are just a law unto themselves.
Yeah.
From my time in film projection, like just some of the fucking weirdness that I'd hear about like the terms that they were asking for on films that they were distributing, and just like their absolute like refusal to basically do anything to actually help out with the like preparation of a film or the advertising of a film. It was quite something.
Sorry, I've got my hand up. I've got my hand up, but obviously you can't see it, and Mark can, and he's not saying anything. So Entertainment, we're talking about like not Entertainment as a entity. We're talking about Entertainment as a company.
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
So there's a company called Entertainment in Bunny Ears.
Yeah.
That. Fuck those guys. They sound like wankers.
Yeah.
Just from the fact that they're called Entertainment.
Yeah, they were kind of a big deal in the UK for a while because they distributed New Line films. So before Warner kind of brought them in house, Entertainment had them. So they had the Lord of the Rings films. I remember they had 7 back in the day. So they were quite a big deal. Now, not so much. Like they distribute a lot of kind of homegrown stuff, but then they seem, I think they've got some sort of deal with A24. They distributed Hereditary and Midsommar, for example. So yeah, they've pulled the release, and at that time it was a little bit like, well, case rates are going up and the Delta variant seems to be causing some shit all over the place. So, hey, it's probably COVID, isn't it? And then there was loads of speculation about, well, this is going to be the start of it. Bond's going to get pulled and blah, 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 blah. This week, like I say, what a difference a week makes. Suddenly, daily case rates are down by like a half week on week, and there's probably like reasons that aren't necessarily that things are getting better, but there's also a certain aspect of, well, that's not coming from nothing. And now it kind of seems like the wind has changed direction on that again. There's the Hollywood Reporter put out a piece where they had a line in there about essentially some streamer had offered them a shitload of money for it. And I could see that because the film is getting very, 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 very good reviews. It is getting best film of the year kind of talk. And I wouldn't be surprised if a streamer went, here's your projected box office for the film plus 25%, that they go, yeah, fuck it, go on then, fine.
No, but like it looks like the kind of film that needs to be seen like in the cinema.
Right, but it also looks like the sort of film that won't make. If they get offered, let's just pull one out of the air. Apple, for instance, offered them 100 million or 120 million. They're going to take that because this film isn't going to make that.
For the UK distribution rights to this film, I reckon they could probably offer 10 million and they'd get it, because this film will not make 10 million in cinemas, and ancillary sales are just barely a factor anymore. So if say Sky, like they did with Promising Young Woman, they basically go, all right, 10 million, and we've got what critics are calling one of the best films of the year, which may well get some awards attention towards the end of the year. I could see them going for it. I mean, I'm fucking fuming that we're not going to be able to see it next weekend. Like really, really disappointed.
Yeah.
But from their business point of view, they were offered a deal, they couldn't refuse. I could see it.
It just seems weird that hasn't been announced yet, unless it hasn't been finalised yet.
That's it. It's like if it's just been pulled, hasn't it? It's not been rescheduled or rerouted or anything like that. It's just been pulled, and it's out in America, isn't it?
Out in America
it's
this weekend,
yeah.
Well. But they also pulled Duke as well, which wasn't due out until September, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean they hadn't even started the fucking promotion on that yet, mind.
No.
Like it's fair to say that we are coming in on a bit of an avalanche of content, and that Duke film, if they're like, well, we're not going to get any awards attention for this anyway, let's release it when things are a bit clearer. I could see that. And they did say with the Duke that COVID was provoking some worries there. But to be honest, that's also a film that's probably going to appeal to older film goers who probably are a little reticent. You look at The Father. I think The Father didn't even do £2 million in the UK, and that's with Anthony Hopkins winning Best Actor for it. I could see some reticence there. What the UK box office fucking needs this weekend is some mixed weather and the Suicide Squad to fucking blow the doors off, which it could do.
Yeah,
do that.
Also, what's it getting? Jungle Cruise getting some actually quite good word.
Yeah, quite. I mean, and the thing is with Jungle Cruise, I think people are going to be a lot less likely to pay the £20 Premier Access fee thing than they would have for a Marvel film. So we'll see how that goes. But it's it is very, very frustrating that it was one of those. And a lot of people have been tweeting memes of the Green Knight reviews and then that bit from Uncut Gems, the why would you show it to me if I can't have it? And that's exactly how I'm fucking feeling about that.
It does feel a little bit like A24 have kind of gone, been pulled in the UK, has it? Right, let's go into fucking overload.
That's it. Like if there was another plan that could have been implemented quickly, then fine. But it's just we don't get it. That's the current plan. Is we don't get it yet. And it's difficult because we're not normal kind of. Not saying we're abnormal or we're better than other film watchers or anything like that, but we don't look forward to the same things that necessarily your average cinema goer looks forward to. We look forward to like your Green Knights and even to an extent like Dune, which looks so fucking dry.
It's set in a big fucking desert.
Yeah, was that? Yeah, was that on purpose?
I mean dry, like literally. But like Candyman as well. Like Candyman is my most anticipated film of the year. Most people are just like, But like when these things get pulled, it's like, oh, okay, so life was supposed to be going back to normal, and it's just not.
I think with this, it's the oddity of the fact that they've not actually said the reason why,
exactly,
and it's almost like they don't know.
Yeah. It'd be nice to like an A24 movie as well. Like I'm really looking forward to like being able to get on that bandwagon.
I'm sure it's me hosting it.
Yes.
And that's the thing. It does feel like this is going to be the one that it kind of feels like everybody's just going to go, yeah, that was good.
Yeah. It does seem like it's going to be universal appeal.
Yeah.
Any other news? I'm trying to think if there's anything else that caught the eye.
I'm tempted to say let's move on because we've got quite a busy show.
Got a bulky show. What trailers have we been watching, guys?
I am going to live watch the trailer for Lamb.
Fair enough. Go on.
Have a lovely time with that.
I have been holding this off because I kind of felt like I probably need to offer my live reaction. So I am
Go on.
watching this now. My phone has switched to my AirPods have switched to my phone. I cannot hear you two. Right, it's playing Can. There's a lamb. Doesn't look well. Oh, it was because it was pregnant. Oh, everything okay here? Not okay. Oh dear. Oh, what's been born? Is it Jumbie? Does Jumbie want to be born now? Oh, it's having milky milk. Oh, what's going on with that lamb? Oh, the cat does not like the lamb. The lamb does not like the man. Now what? What's the fuck's happening now? Hang on, what? Um, right, that music cue was surprising. No, what? Huh? Um, what the fuck? Okay. Oh shit! That was a lamb with some shiny eyes. Whoa! What?
Well, Ian can't hear us.
Right, I'm gonna switch my audio back now. The fuck was that?
Yeah. It's. I don't really know. And I also. The thing is, I don't know whether I can be asked
To find out.
to find
Yeah.
out.
The thing is, like, it's awful, and the Green Knight is an exception, but every time I see A24 come up on a trailer, I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm hard out. Green Knight drew me back, but yeah, this didn't. This looks shit.
What did you think, Ian?
It just looks like they want to fucking meme absolutely everything. And it's like there's some really like weird fucking imagery in that thing. Like the fucking like the 1 second shot of like holding hands with the kid, but the kid's got a lamb head. Like, no, don't like. Effective, don't like it. But yeah, the not sure I can be asked to find out thing is definitely there. I need it to be less than 90 minutes.
It's not.
But I get the feeling like it's going to be 125.
It's 106 minutes.
All right.
Which still feels like it's too long.
Weird people can't have kids, have a lamb, imagine it as their kid. Nah, I don't need to see it. Fuck it.
It just
no.
does seem to go through this little weird phase of barnyard animals for names.
Yeah, fuck off. I feel like this is going to be one of the bad ones with the A24.
When I just saw there that Bellatar is one of the executive producers, and it kind of made me go, oh.
I don't know who that is.
Director who makes misery movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't need misery. I've had the last 2 years.
True that.
Well, I'll be honest, apparently Nick Cage's Pig movie isn't a barrel of laughs.
I really want to watch that though. That looks fun.
What other trailers have we watched this week that don't look like miserable lamb movies?
I don't know, the Serena and Venus Williams biopic-y kind of one looks fun.
It does look like it could
King
be
Richard.
And interesting as well, like, yeah, King Richard, sorry. Yeah, like, interesting. I think it's one of those things, like, tennis is a rich white person sport, and Serena and Venus Williams have come in and shaken the shit out of that. And just finding out their backstory, like I could probably Wikipedia it and read it, but like seeing it laid out is, I do have slight concerns about Will Smith's voice in this, but then if he's doing a copy voice and it's biopic, it's different.
Yeah.
If he's just doing, oh, I'm a black guy and I'm going to be in a movie and I'm going to do a black guy voice, then it's different and that's disrespectful. But if he's doing a kind of a copy of a voice, then that's, you know.
Yeah.
Because we didn't realise that's what it was about, did we, when we first started watching the trailer, and you were like, is Will Smith doing a black man voice? And I was like, I think he is.
Yeah.
But then it's different if it's a thing.
Yeah, if it's based on an actual a person. But it does look like like quite interesting actually.
It does look really interesting, yeah. Like I bet those girls have had a really interesting life. So.
All right, Hallmark.
Fuck you.
Did you watch that one, Ian?
That was a weird insult. No, I haven't caught up to it yet. I think it's not been out long, that trailer.
What I will say is it's not as to use what you said earlier. It's not as dry as you think. It's actually it looks like it could be quite fun with it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
On there. A movie that I'm really very much looking forward to is The Card Counter. Paul Schrader seeming like he's making a movie that he just wanted to make in 1981 and has just thought, fuck it, I'm going to make it now anyway.
So, it's apparently this is maybe mis-selling the film.
Like, that
which is a shame.
Surprise me.
Yeah, it's not quite the kind of genre thrillery thing that this is necessarily making out. I'm up for it. Very, 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 very up for it. Very excited to see an Oscar Isaac Tiffany Haddish sex scene.
Yeah.
Like that's like an interesting couple.
I think it's very interesting that Paul Schrader has managed to get back to the point of where he's getting people like Oscar Isaacs and Tiffany Haddish, and Willem Dafoe's been there for Schrader for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's like he's not making films as much in the background like he was for a number of years. He's back making films in the foreground again, which is quite cool.
I always love seeing Ty Sheridan pop up in stuff as well, because I think he's a really good actor that could go far. But I think as a young actor, it's difficult to get the roles that you need to progress your career.
Yeah.
You're in a movie with Oscar Isaac, that's going to do some fucking favours.
And he's been very good. He's been very good in the genre stuff he's done.
Very good in everything I've seen him.
I thought he got a little bit lost in the X-Men movies he did.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Did he play young Cyclops in them?
I think so. Yeah, he did.
Am I getting that right?
Yeah, he had a very, very long leg in the Ready Player One poster as well.
Oh, he's really good in Ready Player One, though.
He did have a long leg. You're a big fan of that, weren't you?
I really love Ready Player One.
Right, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
It's not a comedy, the original Ghostbusters, if you listen to Twitter.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I've been informed about this today.
It fucking is a comedy, right? Where are we all at on this?
It's a comedy.
It's a comedy. Ian?
The only people saying that God, I'm going to get ranty. I'm so sorry. I'll try and keep it short. The only people who are saying that the original Ghostbusters is not a comedy are people who didn't like the Paul Feig film and are now trying to convince themselves that what we've got with this is what they actually want. Yes, Ghostbusters is a comedy. The Paul Feig film was a comedy.
Yeah.
This one, I don't think is going to be very funny. I'll be honest, doesn't look that fucking entertaining. This film is nails on chalkboard for me. I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
Ian.
Okay, so the official Film Bastard stance, though, is that the original Ghostbusters movies are comedies.
Yes.
Oh God, yes.
Ian, can I quickly, and I see, Becky, you can include in this as well, right? The marshmallows, Stay Puft Marshmallow Men, right?
Okay.
And the Paul Rudd thing,
Mm.
is that going to be an actual scene, or is that going to be some kind of dream or trip sequence?
It'll be a scene.
It doesn't, the stitching of this trailer and it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know whether or not this is what the fuck this is. When's it? It feels like it's supposed to be set in the 80s, but it's not. It's set now.
Yeah.
We worked this out. They're Rick Moranis' grandkids.
Yeah. Yeah. Disney
Right.
Janice's kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Janine? Whichever.
Right. And they just find all the stuff, and then they accidentally let all the ghosts out of a well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was Egon's grandkids, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, because she gets together with Rick Moranis, doesn't she, in the movies?
Yeah.
But who's to say that Egon doesn't supply a bit of Harold's Ramis?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So what you're saying is he might slide in there.
Yeah.
He's going to slide into her DMs.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm fucking fine with this. Like, tones of franchises change. I was fine with the Girl Ghostbusters. I was fine with it. It was fun. Great. Really good time. It looks good. I'm fine with it.
Amanda, I have fucking zero interest in seeing Ghostbusters : The Stranger Things.
Oh, whatever.
It's got triangle face in it.
But you can't just fucking dismiss it.
So
one actor out of fucking a TV show. Innit?
So I feel like I've said this on Bastards before, but to make clear, it's not necessarily like I don't think it looks very interesting, in all honesty, but I'm also very, very annoyed that it's being made by a filmmaker who a few years back literally said, "You'll know I've run out of ideas when I'm making a Ghostbusters film," and is now making a Ghostbusters film because he hasn't had a hit in fucking years, and then has the audacity to make featurette content with his dad, where it's like, it just felt like it was meant to be. It felt like the natural thing, and it feels like home. No, fuck off. If The Front Runner had got you a Best Director nomination or something like that, you wouldn't be touching Ghostbusters with a fucking barge pole.
Yeah,
Fuck
it just
you,
doesn't
Jason
feel like home.
Reitman.
It feels like easy money.
I don't think you can take the fucking politics behind the movie getting made into account when you actually watch the movie, though. I think that's just really harsh. Like, it looks fun. It looks all right. It's got McKenna Grace in it, who's a really good child actress. Like, you basically got child actress royalty in this movie with Finn Wolfhard and McKenna Grace.
Who is she?
Everyone else does, though, Mark.
Who is she, though?
She's in.
I've heard of her, but I'm not just doing this to wind you up, Max. I couldn't tell you who she is. I couldn't tell. I know the name, but I couldn't tell you who she is.
Thing is, you've probably seen her in stuff.
I'm sure I have. I'm not saying this to wind you up. Like, what has she been in? What would I know her from?
Okay, she's in Scoob,
That's
Annabelle
a
Comes
voice.
Home, Designated Survivor,
Just show me
Captain
her.
Marvel.
Could you just show me it so I can actually see what is that? Don't recognise that at all.
Let's go back. Captain Marvel, Troop Zero, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, The Haunting of Hill House, The Bad Seed, Ready Player One, I, Tonya. She plays the young Tonya. So she's played the young versions of people in a lot of stuff over a long period of time, and she's like.
Which was she in this?
She is the girl.
The little girl?
She's like
You can
Finn
dramatically-
Wolfhard's little sister in it that's wearing the glasses.
That girl seems very young.
No, not really. I'd say she's about 11, 12.
That's quite young, isn't it?
Yeah, she's a young girl.
All right.
But then,
I don't recognise a fucking 11-year-old actress. I'm not a
Right.
pedophile.
maybe just keep an eye on, like, stuff.
This is the fucking weirdest fucking chastening I've had for a while.
You can't just dismiss actors because you haven't watched them in anything because you refuse to watch television.
I didn't dismiss them.
I did. You're like, oh, nobody in it apart from Paul Rudd.
I didn't say that.
I'm sure you have.
I didn't say that.
What I'm saying is it's got a good cast in that it's got basically child actor royalty in it, in film, Finn Wolfhard and McKenna Grace, and then you're like, who the fuck's McKenna Grace?
I don't know who she is.
Right, well, because you don't know who she is.
The guy fucking royalty.
Oh my god, you are so infuriating.
I just taking Jason Reitman out of it. I don't know. I just like it looks. I just there's nothing in it that gets me particularly excited. I don't know. I mean, like it's. If the film's good, then great. But yeah,
there was one bit that got me mildly excited.
Was it Slimer?
No, it was no. Even that, I didn't really like the ghost thing at the end when Dan Aykroyd answers the phone. Just hearing Dan Aykroyd's voice made me go, I hope we get some Dan Aykroyd action in this one.
So what you're saying is that you are gatekeeping Ghostbusters as a property to your generation, and you can't accept.
No, I really liked Paul Feig one. If you were to say to me right now,
I'd love a sequel.
You can choose to either have a Paul Feig sequel to his Ghostbusters, which was very good and was true to the spirit of Ghostbusters, or an all of the Ghostbusters thing, not just the two movies, the TV series and bits like that. It caught that, or have one that is going to completely ignore the canon that is there. It would appear to just roughshot over something because quite literally the studio couldn't take a bunch of fucking man babies crying and moaning about Ghostbusters being girls.
Well, I think that's the thing, though, isn't it? I think we would have got a sequel to Girl Ghostbusters had it been better received. It wasn't. Studios aren't going to make sequels to movies
It wasn't well received because, sadly, people got their panties in a wad about it because they're going, I can't have my childhood taken over by a bunch of girls.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Yeah, it is.
And you've let them win.
It's fucking stupid. And they have let them win, but at the end of the day, studios are there to make money.
It is. I agree with you on that. But I think it's incredibly cynical. I also think it's cynical down to the point of where they've gone, right, how can we make this more? How can we make this just so likeable to cast Paul Rudd?
Well, that's it. It's like, right, people really like Netflix shit. People really like Stranger Things. Let's get that kid out on Stranger Things in it. Oh, it's shit. People really like the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. That's super popular.
Why didn't you tell me it was that girl?
Let's get McKenna Grace in it because she's not the one that actually plays Sabrina. She's the one that
I
plays
was
Sabrina.
taking a piss.
And it's like, it felt like that with Fear Street as well. Like, it was like, there was so many cast members in Fear Street, but then it was a Netflix property, so it was kind of forgivable. But with this, it's like, yes, it is cynical, of course it is, but if it makes a new Ghostbusters movie that people can identify with, like, kids now aren't going to watch, like, the original Ghostbusters and go, no, I don't think they are.
Did it?
You can nod at me all you want.
They do.
I don't think kids now would.
I disagree with you. Wholeheartedly. Isabel watched it. Liked it.
Isabel's nearly 18 years old, Mark.
I just disagree with you. I don't think you're right. I hope it's good. I just think the trailer's a bit. It looks all over the place.
You hate Triangle Head, though, don't you?
I do hate Triangle Head. Yeah. So we'll see. Any other trailers?
Dune.
Oh fuck yeah! It was that was after, wasn't it?
It looks all right. I think it's interesting that, like, I've seen a few people on Twitter be like, I'm looking forward to Dune much more than I am No Time to Die. It's like, why can't you have both?
Strange one to pit against each other.
Yeah, no, it's a weird one. Ah, thank you, darling. Thank you very much, son. Cheers. Love you.
Love you.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that apparently in the film they literally call it Dune Part 1, which feels like a bit of maybe take out the Part 1 for now. You know, if you know, let's see how it does. It's brave, isn't it?
It is a little bit, yeah. Especially for that movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like the Timothée Chalamet hive shouldn't be underestimated, but I don't know. I'm finding it hard to get hyped for it. Like, I'm looking forward to watching it. You know, and I'm looking forward to seeing it on like an IMAX screen and it fucking just filling the wall. You know, it's gonna look incredible. Little bit worried about how up its own arse it's gonna be, if I'm honest.
As a property though, like it's
Yeah.
really hard work. And from the trailer,
You've tried reading the book a few times.
I have tried reading the book a few times, and I am a reader. Like I can sit and drag my way through many pages to get to the fucking juicy shit in the middle. But Dune I've never managed to finish. It's like, it's just hard work. Like I'm sure it's interesting enough, and you keep going back thinking, well, this was interesting, but then you're like, but it's so boring. So very boring in its execution. As a book. So I don't know. I don't know how much this has got in it with regards to legs. Like, if it's really faithful to the book, I think it's going to turn people off. But then it's got Oscar Isaac in it, who is a massive fucking thirst trap. Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, and what's his name? Aquaman.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah. So like it's got.
You're forgetting Rebecca Ferguson.
Rebecca Ferguson, isn't it?
Just you said thirst traps.
Thirst traps down in Skarsgård.
Thirst traps down Skarsgård, yeah. Charlotte Rampling's there.
I mean, she's not a thirst trap.
She was.
She might have been back in the day, but fucking hell, now she's just a moisture trap. She needs rehydrating. But yeah, like I don't know. I really want it to be good. I really want it to be good.
I just get the feeling like I think it's going to be impressive, visually lush, but there is a possibility, like you said, it is going to be a little bit too eat your vegetables.
Have some pureed broccoli.
Yeah, it is going to be a bit like that.
You can't eat real broccoli because we're on the desert island of Arrakis. So here, have some pureed broccoli that's been dehydrated and rehydrated for you, much like Charlotte Rampling should have been.
What the fuck has Charlotte Rampling done to you today? Does she know not who that girl is either?
You need to pay attention to the world around you, Mark.
Do I fuck? If there's one thing the past 18 months has made me realise, it's that no, I do not.
Do though.
Don't. Yeah, I am very much looking forward to June, but I'm going into it a little bit going, this is 2.5 hours long.
My expectations are severely tempered just with June. I really want to enjoy it, and I want to be looking forward to it, but I'm kind of really dubious.
I also don't want to go in and come out and go, that was fucking brilliant. When are they doing part 2? Oh, never, because nobody else went to see this.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's one of those for me that I'm really looking forward to, and I really hope it's good. But it's not like with there's a couple of films that I'm really looking forward to for this year. One of them has been like punted off out of the 3. One of them has been punted off the expectation list because Green Knight, who the fuck knows what's going to happen with that. But the 2 that I'm looking forward to are Dune and Candyman. Candyman, if it's not amazing, it's going to really disappoint me. Dune, I'm like, probably going to disappoint me. So I'm just going to like be calm about it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Any more?
I think that's it.
Cool. Right. Fucking hell.
Should we do a different one first?
No, let's fucking do it.
I don't want to.
Well, let's do it.
I don't want to.
No, Sam Peter shout Ian instead of me for a little bit.
I'm not going to shout at anyone.
Right, I'm going to get up the plot synopsis from the IMDb's for Old. But Old is the new M. Night Shyamalan movie, based on a graphic novel, Sandcastle, book screenplay written by M. Night Shyamalan. And it stars Lgeacy Bernal, Vicky Krieps, Rufus Sewell, Alex Wolff, Thomasine McKenzie, Abby Lee, Eliza Scanlon, and other people turn up there. What does the IMDb say? A family on a tropical holiday discover that their secluded beach, my glasses are not quite focusing, where they're relaxing for a few hours is somehow causing them to age rapidly, reducing their entire lives into a single day. Wow. Right, just to take a little quick temperature check, right? On M. Night Shyamalan, right? I'm unequivocally not a fan, so I'm just gonna put that out there of him as a director. Becky, where are you with him?
There's ones I like and there's ones that I don't.
Which is where most people tend to sit.
Yeah. I
Yep.
think I probably like or can tolerate more than I don't, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Like giving it a squiz through, Glass and Split shit, The Visit shit, Devil is really good.
We didn't make that.
But wrote it though, didn't
I
I?
know we didn't make it.
Yeah. So I'd probably skew more to being a fan than
Not.
not.
And Ian, where are you more positioned to it?
Similar to Becky, I think. Quite hit and miss.
Yeah.
I mean, the Last Airbender really is a crime against cinema. Yeah, but hit and miss.
Right. Okay. So, Old. Right. Becky, I'll come with you first in this one. You don't like children or old people?
No.
No. Were you predisposed to already dislike Old?
Possibly, but I didn't realise that going in.
Right.
I don't mind children when they're background children. Pretentious cunt children, as are very much on the forefront in this movie, are like nails on a chalkboard for me. One thing that I didn't notice from your intro, did you say that he didn't write this?
Yeah, he wrote the screenplay. He didn't come up with the idea.
Okay.
Yeah,
Based on a graphic novel.
So we can't even credit him with the interesting concept.
Yeah.
So we can't credit him with the interesting concept, and the terrible fucking execution is all his fault. Is that what we're saying?
I'm saying if that's your opinion, then that's fine.
So what we're saying is if the short story by
It's not a short story, it's a graphic novel.
sorry, the graphic novel by Pierre Oscar Levy and Frederick Peters, if that's great, then this is all M. Night Shyamalan's fault and he can fucking die and burn in hell. Is that what we're saying? Piece of shit.
Ian, moving on to you briefly.
Yeah.
You liked Old, didn't you?
I had a good time with it. I thought it was all right. I'm not gonna. I don't necessarily think we're gonna have an argument. At least I don't think so, because I don't think Bex's opinion is necessarily invalid. There's some fucking bizarre choices made all the way through this film, but I was kind of into its vibe. it stressed me out quite a lot. But to be fair, I think the concept of the film predisposes me to being stressed out by it. But I thought that for every bizarre line reading or what the fuck are they saying moment, it was balanced out by that was kind of an interesting way of revealing that, or didn't necessarily see that coming, blimey. So I liked it, and I thought Gael Garcia Bernal and Vicky Creeps, their relationship, I thought it was actually really well played.
Is that the
Definite
cheating wife and the guy?
Yeah, they're the main characters.
Yeah, I know that.
I would have ended it at a certain point, 5 or 10 minutes before the end of the film, and I think you would have had a really interesting moral quandary.
Which is what I said this to you, didn't I, about this?
And just to make clear, because all spoilers all the time, I think if you ended it on the reveal of what was going on and, hey, we basically just found a cure for epilepsy, and end it at that moment on, on the drive home, talking about, well, a lot of people dying, innocent people dying, but the medical advances, how many people would that save? I think that's kind of an interesting, dark way to end it on, rather than the "we got him" kind of note that it does end on.
Yeah.
I think the very end is a misstep. But yeah, didn't hate it. Like I say though, like if it appears, I mean, God, I hope it appears in your worst off at the end of the year, Bex, because otherwise, what the fuck's the next 5 months got to bring? But I completely understand that. So maybe this review's a bit anticlimactic, but I really liked it. I'm not going to be at all trying to convince anyone why they should like it. It is a very, very subjective opinion on my part. But I think Shyamalan knew what he was doing, but at times he's just a bit shit. But that's Shyamalan.
I see. The thing is, that's my issue. Is I don't think he does know what the fuck he's doing. Like, I was giving him credit for the concept, and it's not even his concept. The writing is shocking. Script-wise, it is fucking clunky as fuck, and it's awful. Like, and the issue that I have with it is that I was really rooting for this movie. Like, as an idea, this could be a great movie, but in the hands of a hack like M. Night Shyamalan, it is just wasted, and nobody else can make this movie now for at least a few years.
I don't think really. I think it's done now.
No, it's done. And what a waste. What a fucking waste doing it the way that he did it. And it's all down to the writing and the script. Like, it's not the setting, it's not the idea. It's the way that it's been done. Like, it's beautiful looking.
It's a good looking movie, yeah.
It's decently acted within the parameters that the people had to act out that shitty
Not enough
script.
soul.
No.
Not enough soul.
He was
Not enough Rufus soul.
no. He was a wrong one though.
Not enough Rufus soul. He was suffering from mental illness.
Oh my god! And the fucking thing with the girl, like, all right, yeah, she's got a calcium deficiency. Yes, her bones are gonna break a little bit more easily than someone else. But turning around in a tunnel and then turning herself into that twisted whatever that she was, like, that's a really interesting concept. If they, I said this to you, didn't I? If they'd had someone break a bone and then it heal really quickly in like a twisted place because they didn't have time to reset it properly, great. Yeah, really creepy. What the fuck? Oh my god, yeah, this is really freaky. But having it all haphazard happen all at once as this like frenzied kind of thing in that tunnel just made it like tacky. Just really tacky.
I wanted
See,
to
that's the thing. Sorry, just to say, I watched that bit, and when she like contorted and all that, I literally said out loud, like, "What the fuck?" I was in.
I wanted to see the bit where they had to then crawl past her because they were back to the corner.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that bit, the awkwardness of them having to go up past her as she was literally dying.
Wow. Yeah. You dark bitch. The thing that pisses me off about this most is it could have been such a good film. It could have been really good, and it just was shite. You've not really weighed in with your opinion, Mark. Do you want to weigh in with yours before you? Because you're trying to just go to like the sum up, and I want you to get in with yours.
The thing is, and I said this on last week's show, I wanted to go into this. I actually wanted to enjoy it, and I thought it was a good concept, etc. But then a massive alarm bells started going off with me on it, where the kid Trent, was it? Yeah. And the kid who wasn't allowed,
Iqbal.
Is it Iqbal? Yeah.
Yeah.
Idlib, sorry.
Idlib, yeah. When them two were having a conversation about something, and they spoke, and I was like, that isn't how kids speak.
Oh my gosh, let's grow old and get mortgages together.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And it's like, right, that's not how kids speak.
No.
And if that's how M. Night Shyamalan's kids speak, then I definitely want to punch them in the face.
Yeah.
But then it started getting to the beach, and I was going, right, this could be, this is quite interesting. It also stopped being interesting a little bit because I get the idea of a director's cameo, but have it as a cameo.
Yeah.
Don't
have it as a main character.
Don't have it as main character, but as somebody who has to do more than just walk on screen. But there was bits where I was kind of enjoying it and going, right, this is interesting. Like the fact that you had the guy already on the beach and you'd seen earlier the girl just walking into the sea, and he's just
mid-sized sedan,
and he's just sat there, and it's like, and they're going, all right, that's interesting, and then it comes out that he's called mid-sized sedan, and it made me go, it feels like you've done a dad joke rapper name.
Yeah.
And it just, and then he was actually quite an interesting character. But then Rufus Sewell just stabs him to death, and we get left with less interesting characters. And I agree that it should have ended earlier, but I think it should have ended even earlier than Ian said. I like the full fucking nihilism ending, where the parents have both just died of old age at the night, and then the kids have woken up like in their late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah.
And they've woken up and realised, shit, we're gonna die by midday today. And I would have liked that.
It's just,
It's just so shittily written.
He's the problem is, with Richard, I don't think. I don't really. It's that he. It's quite interesting. But the thing is, I've watched all the films, and his dialogue writing isn't that terrible.
No.
But it is. I mean,
it's never hugely strong.
But in this, there are points where it's painfully bad.
Yeah, really bad. Yeah.
Where you watch it going, have you heard humans speak?
Especially children. The kids stuff is awful. Like awful. And the thing is, like, I was kind of like, I wish he'd taken this idea that he's had and given it to someone else to write. But it's not even his idea. So I wish he'd just left it the fuck alone.
But then there are some interesting bits in it, and some bits where you go, oh shit, like when the girl walks out and all of a sudden she's pregnant. That was a bit like, oh fucking hell.
But I'm guessing that's in the graphic novel.
Oh, it still happened in the movie though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the thing is, I didn't like it, but I didn't despise it like you did, Becky.
I hated it.
And I didn't
Really?
And the thing is,
Sorry.
I can understand how if it got you on board and it got you how you can kind of once the ball's rolling, you can look the other way at certain bits and you can enjoy them for what they are. If anyone tries to tell me that it's a profound tale about growing old or anything like that, it's really not.
I think it wants to be.
Does it?
And about corporate kind of manipulation and all this kind of stuff. I think it's got all these lofty ideas that it never quite pulls off.
I mean, I'm definitely shit on it. I don't think that M. Night Shyamalan is. I don't think I'm ever tuned to his ears. I don't think I'm ever going to be. I just don't think I like the way that he produces movies.
Oh.
Why? What?
No, go in.
Oh, I didn't know. So I'm guessing you're definitely not shit. And I'm guessing Ian that you're definitely not. You're shit.
I'm Suspiria.
You're Suspiria. Wow.
I don't think I'll see a worse movie this year than that.
Wow, fair enough. I'm just definitely not shit. And Ian, I'm guessing you're definitely not shit.
You're shit.
Yeah, I'm shit.
Yeah, you said you're definitely not shit.
Did I? I'm getting confused.
You are getting confused.
My glasses have got a thing on them. It keeps confusing me. Our audience poll was
Definitely not shit, baby. Good movie.
I mean, it's not a good movie.
Good movie.
I feel like even Ian, you said during it that it's not a good movie.
Good movie.
I feel like you're gonna watch this with Donna in a few months' time, and then you'll come back and go, "I was very mistaken."
I am never
It's gonna be
watching
Wonder Woman
this
all
film
over again.
One last thing though. Ian, do you have like a phobia of aging?
Yeah, it
like
terrifies me.
Yeah. Do you, Becky?
No.
And I don't give a shit about dying. So.
I don't want to die, but I'm happy with aging.
So, do we think that kind of could have played into a little bit of the tension grabbing of it all?
Possibly.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I said,
I
was kind of like biased towards being weirded out by the premise.
Yeah, that's not a criticism for anything. I'm just saying that certain things have different. They'll hit people in different ways because they're different sort of feelings towards it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ever so sorry. My mum's tried to call me a couple of times. I better actually answer her at some point. I'm just going to mute my mic, but I'll be back in a sec. All right.
Yeah.
Please continue. Go ahead.
Our audience poll was definitely not shit 38%, touching cloth 38%, shit 0%, and Geostorm 24%.
If you'd put Suspiria in there, it would have been like
Would
all
it?
of that, yeah.
Would it?
Hey Hannah, I think you really can't beat a good rewatch of a TV show. Would you agree with that, love?
Oh, yes, I would.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I think during, global pandemics, storms, all of these things, it's quite nice to just sit down and burn through something that you've seen a million times.
Absolutely, nothing like a binge watch.
Star Trek.
Babylon 5.
Because you could sit there for hours looking at serial killer documentaries.
Absolutely, that doesn't
Netflix.
make you a weird person at all.
It doesn't. Yeah, you could watch documentaries that all seem to be about women killing men.
Love you, darling.
You could put off watching Daredevil for the 30th time.
Harry Potter.
But really, you can't beat immersing yourself in the warm jumper of a rewatch of a show or a franchise.
Beloved franchise.
A beloved franchise.
Lord of the Rings.
Twin Peaks. From VHS compilations recorded off television with the ad breaks, cut out of course, to DVD box sets of Sex and the City and, I don't know, Smallville.
Farscape.
Quantum Leap. To giving up finding new content on Netflix and just having a comfort trawl through Star Trek The Next Generation or Parks and Recreation. I think that we can all agree.
There's a lot to be said for that.
You can't beat a good rewatch. So, With that in mind, join
Hannah.
and Mike from Chinstroker vs. Punter as we burn through some of our favourite franchises and share our immediate reactions to each instalment in both spoiler and non-spoiler sections. To do that, do a search for the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whichever your favourite podcast provider may be, or go directly to anchor.fm/rewatch project. We are proud members of the Pod Syndicate family of podcasts.
Hey, you like my voice, don't you? It's enticing and exotic and sexy. Well, unfortunately, I'm just a promo guy being paid to advertise a movie podcast, and I can assure you that its hosts don't sound anywhere near as classy. But don't let my superior vocal talents discourage you, and go listen to His Film, Her Movie, the podcast where every episode the hosts must each choose a film to watch and discuss that has a connection to the chosen theme of that week's show. So stop aimlessly scrolling through whatever streaming service you're on, and let His Film, Her Movie give you an idea on what to watch next. You can catch it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Bex, what have you been watching?
On my own.
Yeah, on your own, because I think you've watched some on your own, haven't you?
Don't know that I have, Mark, to be honest. I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil Village.
All right.
So, I think I spoke about Colour Out of Space last time.
I think you did.
Okay. Or it's Colour Out of Space, which I've been wanting to watch for ages, but just kind of never got around to because I couldn't persuade you to watch it, and I don't. If I watch films on my own, it tends to be during the day or when I'm waiting for you to get home, and it felt like a nighttime movie, and I think you weren't feeling very well one day, so I thought, okay, nighttime, I'll watch Colour Out of Space. Colour Out of Space is fucking great. It's very so it's a Lovecraft story, so it's weird, and it's not necessarily hugely linear, I guess, but yeah, very, very good film. Nick Cage, Jolie Richardson, and their kids, all really good in it. Won't say too much about it because obviously just go out and watch it, but yeah, really good. If you like the whole Nick Cage resurgence of doing weird shit, then it's well within that vein. I also watched Guns Akimbo, but I kind of wanted to talk to both of you about Guns Akimbo.
All right, I'm going to leave that on the time.
But apart from that, the only other thing I watched was Annabelle. Not Far From Home. That's Spider-Man.
It's a different fucking film.
Annabelle Comes Home. Rewatched that.
Which one's that?
That's the one with the.
Is it one with like Geppetto in it? With
McKenna Grace in it, actually, from the Ghostbusters trailer. So it's the one with the she gets babysat there away doing stuff, and then the friend goes into the room of scary stuff and awakens everything, basically.
Ooh, what's this? Sorry.
And Bob's Got Balls, isn't it?
Bob's Got Balls?
Bob's Got Balls.
Yeah, you've lost me on this far, Fred.
What?
Annabelle Comes Home.
I can't remember which one. Annabelle. There've been that many Annabelle movies.
Oh, right. You had to tell me the film title, but yes.
Bob's Got Balls.
Yeah.
You need to rewatch Annabelle Comes Home. So basically, he's the ball keeper for all the athletic teams, and then if they need a ball, they go, "Oh, Bob's got balls," and then he goes and gives them a ball.
Have I had a stroke before we started recording?
I remember this. No, even though, I'll tell you what, Mark. This is your bits and bats.
Continue.
All right, so now you're back in. Guns Akimbo is now on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, the director of that film is a little bit reprehensible, and it really put me off of watching that film. but I'm looking forward to seeing what you made of it. But I'm probably not going to watch it.
I think you should. Like, you can't.
I'm kind of wheeling on this one.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, it's cunt and stuff, but like Daniel Radcliffe isn't, and
No,
Samara
but-
Weaving isn't, and everyone else involved in that movie isn't. You can't just fucking dismiss an entire movie because one guy's a dickbag.
I know, but it would make me feel icky watching it, and that's the same reason why I can't watch Roman Polanski movies anymore.
Yeah, I'm the same with Polanski and Allen.
Yeah.
You know, I dearly love a lot of Woody Allen films, but I'd be surprised if I ever watch one again.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah, but it's
the ick factor. I just don't want to do it. But is it
Lex,
good?
Yeah.
Stop
really.
bullying us. First your anti-old rhetoric, and now this. I won't be having it.
It's really good though. Like, it's really good fun. Like, it's got, you know, like the whole like Scott Pilgrim shit that you like with the computer
I
game.
say you're not going to fucking convince me on this
No,
one,
I
are
know.
you?
But like
Fucking hell.
the computer game shit that you like, Ian, with the
Like, if Samara Weaving didn't fucking get me, oh, it's a bit like Scott Pilgrim, fucking one.
no, but then it's also a bit like kind of
You're thinking of films, you're thinking Mark fucking hates this film as well, aren't you?
no, like John Wicky ickiness, like kind of the like really brutal violence that goes with that.
I have an idea.
Go on.
Can I just watch John Wick again?
I mean, yes, yeah, I'd fucking happily go with watching John Wick again. I keep asking you to, and you keep saying no. But it's do you know what? It's really sad because obviously like that one guy's involvement is making this whole film get disregarded.
Yeah, but I think it's just, I don't know. There's a feeling of now we need to stop occasionally just going and brushing it under the carpet. This guy, the fucker who made Jeepers Creepers, made 4 movies after it, and he should never have made another movie after that. So there's that. I really like Jeepers Creepers. Can't watch it anymore.
But wasn't it Jeepers Creepers like 3 that he
No, it was
did that
Jeepers
on?
Creepers.
Was it?
Yeah. So yeah, it's just that I can't do it because it would feel icky to me.
Then you'll happily sit and watch The Social Network again. With Armie Hammer in it.
Well, but it might feel a little bit ickier if it turns out Armie Hammer has done anything. What is it?
It's obviously done
It's
something.
on pause. Well, I prefer not to judge people until
He's
fucking
obviously done something.
I think you.
It's one of Ian's favourite movies.
I think really you stretch it a little bit. He didn't write the movie and direct the movie.
Oh, but then you're disregarding people's performances.
I just don't want to watch the fucking movie.
It's fine. If you don't want to
Apparently, I'm getting you are getting funny about it.
I'm just saying there's a lot more people's work that go into these movies than the director.
I agree with you.
It's
That's
the
like saying you'll never watch a
director
Tarantino movie
used.
because he facilitated Harvey Weinstein being a piece of shit.
No, now you're stretching. Now you really are stretching.
Even he said he should have done more.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch, that, Rebecca.
The thing is, oh God, Tarantino is saying he probably should have done more. So should have a lot of people. Society has changed to the point where, you know, Jesus fucking Christ, you know me, I don't like getting on witch hunty bandwagons and saying that people need to be cancelled straight away or anything like that. But I think the world has changed to the extent where if there's some obviously wrong shit happen, you know, this guy used the official Twitter account of Guns Akimbo to fucking go after people like that. It's not cool. It's yeah. Oh my God.
I will never. For me, it's one of those. I don't criticize you for watching it or anything like that. But personally,
No,
it's just,
God, no.
I have no interest in. It's weirdly, I have an interest in watching the movie, but my moral standpoint won't let me do it, and I might be wrong on that. And I it's why, but it is my standpoint to take, in the same way as I don't disagree with anybody else's. What is that?
Oh, that's perfectly fine. But the thing is, like, there's nothing going to line his pockets from individual streamings on Prime, and a lot of people worked on that movie, not just that one shitty person.
No, I agree with you. But
I will put it another way. I agree. A lot of people worked on that film. Though those people have gotten paid, and they probably wouldn't be getting that many residuals from this anyway. I don't particularly want to watch that film and think, oh, that guy, good director. You know, he made a good film. Like the director, and it's the whole, you know, it's a massive conversation about the authorship of films and who they actually belong to and whatnot. But I am choosing not to watch that film, despite the fact that I know that I will probably enjoy it, because I don't particularly want to enjoy something directed by that person. And to be fair, like Max Landis stuff, like I'll not be watching anything that Max Landis is creatively involved in ever again, because that guy's a fucking awful piece of human bilge as well. Yeah. You know, and and I'm not necessarily gonna like fucking pick it and say this cannot stand, this person can never work again, but I am gonna say that I'm not gonna support them either in terms of like praise for them on social media or on a podcast or financially, you know. And that's the thing. I don't want to hound anyone. But I'm not going to tweet these people because, it's shouting into a fucking void. And also, I don't know what effect that could have on their mental health. This Jason Lee Howden guy, maybe he does regret this stuff, maybe he doesn't. But certainly I don't know what his mental health is like, and I'm not going to be one of the people who are going to fucking at him and call him a piece of shit or whatever. But I can choose not to watch his films and not have an opinion about the film.
Do you know what? And I 100% agree with you about that. Like, what's this guy meant to have done? Because I'm not hugely like off there with it.
Okay, so
is it historical or is it now?
No, it was pretty much when the film was coming out.
So what I'm saying is, like, if you choose to work with Polanski now, or you chose to work with Woody Allen now, then those films, maybe, yeah, I get it. But if you're Daniel Radcliffe and Samara Weaving and you've chosen to work with this guy,
I'm not going to boycott Daniel Radcliffe and Samara Weaving. I just don't want to watch the film.
No. What I'm saying is their work is involved in this as well. Like, they maybe wouldn't have chosen to work with him. Was that?
Probably not. No. Which is why none of them did any promotional work towards it, and it got fucking dumped.
It has got dumped, yeah.
But it's a sad thing of, they probably didn't know that he was a prick when they were working with him, or when they signed up to work with him. But it's the unfortunateness of, oh well, we kind of got to fucking move on now. I'll watch that Mayhem movie instead, that one with Stephen Ewan and Samara Weaving. That's supposed to be really fucking good. You like that, didn't you, Ian?
Oh hell yeah, yeah. Mayhem's a good bit of fun. Just for context, I'm not going to get too into this, but essentially what happened, like about a week before the film was supposed to come out, there was a whole controversy where an editor-in-chief of a blog that I don't think is going anymore, Much Ado About Cinema, the editor-in-chief was using the N-word, and she was white, in a group chat, and that got leaks out, and then people did pile onto her, and then she tweeted an apology video that also indicated a suicide attempt. Now, what happens from there? Jason Lee Howden, it tries to defend her and whatnot, which, fair enough. He writes a thread calling her critics woke cyberbullies and tweeted out a list of the former staff of that site. Sorry, let me just read this. On Friday, he wrote a thread calling her critics woke cyberbullies, tweeted out a list of Much Ado's former staff in order to open them up to bullying, and defended the use of the slur. He wrote, "The private DM that was maliciously leaked was obviously an ironic joke. Can't believe anyone would think she was being serious." A writer, Valerie Complex, then tweeted shots of his tweets and was criticizing them. Howden then targeted Complex and another writer who goes by Dark Sky Lady, who blogged about white/non-black people of color forgiving racial abuse towards black people. He then sent them harassment from both his personal Twitter account and the Guns Akimbo account. One such tweet: "These toxic, disgusting film writers bullied Diala Elbir from Much Ado About Nothing about cinema until she contemplated suicide." Tweeted screenshots of Complexes and Dark Skies Ladies Twitter accounts, the thing is, they were only reacting to his tweet. They had nothing to do with it going in. So he was basically kicking off at these at least one black woman criticizing him for fucking saying that the N word was obviously used in jest. He's since apologized for it, but just not a great dude, not very understanding. I mean, it's the whole having an opinion about an experience, like about someone else's personal experience that you have no fucking way of knowing, and then really doubling down on that and essentially sicking people on these women for writing critical pieces of him. It's not great.
What else have you been watching, Beck?
I think that's about it on my own. Yeah.
Should we do what we've been watching together then?
Can do.
Yeah. What have we watched, Bex?
Guns Akimbo again.
Yeah, let's not do that again. We watched Beerfest, didn't we?
We would watch Beerfest.
Oh yeah.
I've not even registered that on my letterbox.
Why?
Out of, I think, shame.
Why? You liked it.
I did like it.
Beerfest is a good movie.
It is. And the thing is, it's because we're currently going through, without Becky realising, all of Jay Chandrasekhar's movies.
Mm-hmm.
When's the Dukes of Hazzard come in?
Yeah, well, probably last. Yes, that was, yeah. For anybody who's not watched Beerfest, or for everybody who hasn't watched Beerfest, should I say, it's a movie where two brothers, their grandfather dies, played by Donald Sutherland. They're of German descent. So they go to spread his ashes in Germany. And then find out that that he's a disgraced ex-stable boy that stole this German beer recipe. And so they vow to stand up for his and their grandmother's honour, who is also accused of being a whore, by going back to win Beerfest. And akin to the other Broken Lizard movies, it's kind of... You're going back into it thinking, oh God, is this going to just aged horribly? And you realise that no, because they're not as mean.
No, they're not.
As you think that they were. And they're kind of sopping it. And the only people...
racial stereotypes in them are very gentle, aren't
they?
they?
Yeah, they're gentle, and they're almost...
Germans are good at beer drinking.
Yeah, they're almost nod
Right,
and
yeah,
wink,
they
going, look at what we're doing. Look at what we're doing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that. And I kind of like it. So I got on quite well with Beerfest.
Also, there's tits.
There is tits in it. And yeah, that's always good.
Really bad fake tits, but there are.
Yeah, you've got to, take what you can get sometimes.
2006.
2006.
Yeah, so fair.
Yeah, and the beauty of literally killing off a character and then bringing him straight back and then just making a point of saying,
Oh my God, let's call you by the same name and let's pretend you never left. Yeah.
But then also having people like Will Forte playing sub characters in it, and Eric Christian Olsen is also quite fun.
No, do you know what? It was really good fun.
Yeah. Becky, was Spider-Man Far From Home good fun again?
I really like Spider-Man Far From Home. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Just have Jake Gyllenhaal in it,
Jake Gyllenhaal is hot as fuck in this movie as well, so that helps.
He's quite cool, isn't he?
He is literally.
But he's also a bad one.
He's a daddy. He's a baddie daddy in this movie.
All right.
But yeah, I think he's really good. Like, I think you're watching it and you're like, even though you know he ends up being a baddie, you're like, oh, I just really wish you were a goodie and you could be in like future movies, because he's really good in it. Like, as Mysterio, if he was just Mysterio rather than just like this weird cryptic character, I think it'd be really good. But yeah, I think Zendaya's kind of shit in this.
Yeah, she's not good on rewatch, is it?
No.
She's quite two-dimensional.
She's very like K-Stew chewing her face, trying to be awkward when she's really not. Like, because you know Zendaya isn't awkward.
I don't think it's awkward. There's a bit too much of a trying to essentially pretend to be overtly edgy.
Yeah.
That it's kind of like, right, you have polished your edginess so much that you're a sphere.
Yeah, I don't think she's good in this at all, and I don't mind her as an actress, but I think she's kind of crap in this one. But yeah, like the best friend and the weird friend getting into a holiday relationship and going home and then like breaking up. It's kind of a fun little dynamic. There's the all the Marvel-y shit that goes on. And then it turns out that they're, what are they called?
Skrulls.
Yeah, that's right, Skrulls. Yeah, that's kind of fun. And then Nick Fury's just actually sat in like a beach holograph thing on a spaceship. Fun. It's really good, and I think what's quite good about it is like there's a bit of deepness to it, because obviously he's mourning the loss of Tony, but it's fun, and it's lighter. And I was saying this to you when we were watching it. Wasn't I? It's like you've got this and you've got Ant-Man that are kind of both around the same sort of few years.
Yeah.
That are just they're offshoots of the main Marvel thread.
Yeah.
And they're fun. Whereas like when you watch the main Marvel thread, it's really quite bogged down by this point. So yeah, I really enjoyed my rewatch, and the kind of implied relationship between Happy and Aunt May was quite funny as well. Although she would never go for Happy.
No, but Jon Favreau does end up casting himself or getting cast with women that are well out of his league. It's kind of like almost become like a thing that is there. Yeah, it's quite amusing. I struggled with it this time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's long, and it
is long.
It plods a little bit too much, and I don't know. It feels too insignificant in the waters and everything. But then everything just seems to happen quite nicely.
Yeah.
And it bothered me a little bit. I still enjoyed it, but it didn't play for me as well. And we've got two more, and then we'll go.
Okay, well, let's keep with the theme.
Yeah.
We watched Deadpool 2.
Yes, we did watch Deadpool 2. Go on.
It's fucking great, Deadpool 2.
Enjoyed it more this time than I did last time.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. It really, I enjoyed it the first time. I think this is maybe the third watch of it, I think. I enjoyed it the first time. I think the second time was a little bit too close to when I watched it the first time.
Okay.
But I really, really liked it this time.
I think we watched it quite close to when you recorded last time, and I wasn't very well. And I think because I was not very well, I was maybe a little bit more emotionally vulnerable than I should have been. I bawled my eyes out, didn't I, through the bit where like Deadpool dies.
Yeah.
At the end. But it's quite it's quite a like emotional movie. But it's just wrapped up in all this kind of irreverence and like sarcastic bullshit and swearing and stupidness that you kind of get away with it, but it's actually kind of like
it's an odd one that Deadpool is about a guy getting over the loss of his partner and then him realizing that he should have done more to help a kid who was sexually abused, or not necessarily sexually, but abused.
Yeah.
And it's about that. But it's Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
It's an oddity, but
It's deep, not deep.
But I really, really got with it, and the fact that it's because it is. I think I thought it in my brain. The reason I hadn't gone back to rewatch it twice, I thought it drags quite a bit, but it don't. It fucking flies by,
it does.
and it's a lot more of the jokes landed for me this time.
Brolin was better in it than I remembered, as well as Cable.
Yeah. It's that, I'm still out, and I still don't think we're getting another one.
Oh, I want one.
Still don't think it's happening.
I want one.
Yeah.
I could see there being some sort of ensemble film. So
I was just gonna say, shirt cocking it should be in everyone's kind of vocabulary.
I am upset at the loss of TJ Miller, because TJ Miller is a prick, because he is a very funny man, but he's also a prick. And I realised that I can't hold the moral high ground on this after the Guns Akimbo thing, but let's not get back into that. But yes, the shirt cocking it scene is still very, very funny.
Yeah. Sorry, Ian, what were you saying?
But just that if Deadpool's going to come back, I could see it being in an ensemble. Like, I don't know how you have a Deadpool, like an actual Deadpool film in the MCU, but I can kind of see Deadpool in the MCU.
But then that's just going to be like, it's going to be so toothless, isn't it?
It's more, I don't see how Disney can square that circle with themselves making a Deadpool movie.
It's like Blade, though, isn't it? You know, like Blade being in the MCU, Deadpool being in the MCU. It kind of feels like, you know, you could have offshoot films that maybe are R's or 15s, and then they can just turn up kind of as ancillary characters in Avengers films. Like, they don't need to be one of the leads, you know, and then they just turn up, you know, there. But, or maybe they just don't turn up. Maybe they just have their own adventures. It's in the same world, but they're also not like world-based Avengers. You know, they're not Captain America. They're not the Hulk. They just aren't in those fucking films.
Yeah,
Deadpool's very good at making fun of the fact that the Avengers, the X-Men, that he comes into contact with are like the sub of X-Men.
You could literally have something like somebody turning around to Doctor Strange and saying, well, "What about that mercenary guy?" And they go, well, "No,
we are not.
We are not having him."
Yeah. That is what he is, the Merc with the Mouse.
And you could literally have like Spider-Man saying, "No, you tried to do things to me last time," or something like that. You know, they could make a fun of it. I don't know. I still think Disney is stalling to the point of where
it may never happen.
Where just the air is not a balloon, but then they have him in a trailer for they have him as Deadpool and Korg from Guardians. It is Guardians? No, Thor.
Oh.
Yeah.
In a trailer for Free Guy. So they clearly still want to keep that property known. Yeah. We got one more, Bex.
I know, but I need to pee.
Well, fuck you, got one more.
I'll talk.
This is not the
We're
professional.
very good at
This is not the professional attitude that bastards expect. Our last one, I promise. We watched Blood Diamond.
Nice.
I suggested because I didn't think Becky would say yes, and then she said yes. I genuinely think that Blood Diamond might be one of the most underrated movies of the past 20 years.
Wow, all right.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's one of the best, but I think it might be one of the, when people talk about DiCaprio, you get a lot of shouts for, you know, the Tarantino work he's done, but you also get a lot of shouts for the Scorsese work he's done, and people tend to focus on those movies there. But I think him in this is as good as he's been in anything. The story might not sit well with some people because it is quite a hard film to watch, I think, for people.
Yeah.
You know, you have a brutality that didn't exist 100 years ago shown to you. It's a brutality that existed within everyone's lifetime and that still exists now, and that people literally just tried to ignore.
Yeah. But what I think about Blood Diamond and what I think makes it a really great film, and I said this to you at the time when we were watching it, is this could have been a really dry, eat your vegetables kind of movie. It's about blood diamonds and the harvesting of those. But it's not. It's an action movie that has those elements in it, but it doesn't diminish the message that it's putting across by making it more of an accessible watch. What it does by making it a more accessible watch is get that message to more people.
The thing I've always liked about Blood Diamond is it basically shows you the only good people in these situations are the people who don't benefit from this. So the only good person in this is Solomon. He's the only good and true person in there. His entire motives throughout the entire thing are not money. They're pure. Vin Diesel would be on board. They are just family based. It would, yeah. Whereas everybody else's, DiCaprio's character, although he becomes good, his motives are monetary. You know, Arnold Vosloo, monetary.
Jennifer Connelly.
The generals, and even Jennifer Connelly, and it doesn't. What is it? It shows you these people and says, look, these people, they might not be. They're not the good guys, but trust me, they're not the bad guys that you should be going for. The bad guys you should be going for are not here. They're sat in London and Munich and New York and Paris in suits. These are the bad fuckers because these fuckers don't exist without those fuckers, but these fuckers die and those fuckers still profit.
I honestly, like, as much of a throwaway action movie as it may seem, when we watched this for the first time, sat and had a little talk to myself about, did I own any diamonds that could have potentially come out of that? And the only ones that I could is my engagement ring, which is an antique, so I can't do an awful lot about that now.
I mean, they probably didn't come from modern blood diamonds because it's like nearly 200 years old.
Well, yeah, exactly. But, you know...
But any diamond that's 200 years old didn't come from a good place.
No, but I can't do anything about the people that suffered for that one now.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That one's gold. Everything else, I just like quirky looking stones. So I think I'm all right. I made my eternity ring that I'm going to ask you for is going to be a shell one because, you know, shell.
Ian, what have you been watching this week?
So I got a few. Took Lottie and a couple of her friends to the cinema, and we saw The Croods 2, which has apparently only been out for a week, despite the fact that I think that film was made in 2014. A little bit disheartening that it was a Sunday afternoon. Weather wasn't amazing, and we were the only people in there. You know, it's second week of release, but still, little oh dear about it all. And yeah, I had a good time with it actually.
That seems to be the general consensus.
Yeah, made me laugh several times. Just very goofy, very colourful. Moral is like very identikit kids film kind of stuff, but I I think it works, and then at the end, Tenacious D do a cover of "I Think I Love You." It's like, all right, then fine.
Did you say Tenacious D?
I'm pretty fucking sure it was Tenacious D.
Fucking hell, I need to hear that.
Hang on. I swear it was Jack Black. Yeah, I Think I Love You by Tenacious D.
Ah, fuck. That's getting added to every playlist I have. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. Yeah, Jack Black does a duet with Haim at one point as well, by the looks of it. I don't remember that, but okay. Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love that, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fucking right. And Jack Black's not even in the Croods. That's the funny thing about it. It's just they just got Tenacious D to do a fucking cover. I mean, the scores by Mark Mothersbaugh. I wonder if maybe those they know each other or something. But yeah. Yeah, but no, the Croods too. Honestly, pretty fucking good time. I like it more than I remember liking the first Croods. So there you go. Only other one of the stuff other than the stuff we're covering. I watched the first two Guardians films in preparation for the Suicide Squad.
All right.
Yeah,
You were lukewarm on 2, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, and I like Guardians of the Galaxy the same as I did before. I really like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's just the fact that they introduce all those characters in that film. And by the end of it, it's just like, yeah, I like these guys. I want to see them do more shit. You know, it's very, very, very well done. 2, I think it is a bit too long.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's kind of got the content to get away with it, I think. I liked it more than I did the first time round, and I don't necessarily know why that is. But yeah, I think it's fun. I think that the whole thing with like Yondu, like he might be your father, but he was never your daddy, and that whole kind of relationship that Yondu has with Peter, I'll be honest, does come a little bit out of nowhere after the first one. You don't really get the sense that their relationship was that close with the first one. But they do a good job of pulling it off. And I mean, it's a really good starring turn by Michael Rooker. You know, and who the fuck thought we were ever going to get that again? And yet here he is, starts off the film like an absolute boss. Do you remember the first shot of Michael Rooker in this film?
Yes.
Michael Rooker looking out at like an icy nothingness, zipping up his trousers after shagging 2 alien sex robot things.
Yep.
And he's just there with his belly, zipping up his trousers like a fucking boss. And you know, an arc of the film is Michael Rooker wanting to get the respect of Sylvester Stallone. Great. That's great.
Yep.
You know, Chris Pratt is fine. He's never better than when he's talking about all the shit he's going to create. And he's like talking about like the statue of Pac-Man, and he's just like, I'm going to make some weird shit. And it just hangs on him for a second before it cuts to the next line. And it's great. You know, yeah, colourful as fuck. Really, really good action. Again, they all get decent arcs. I mean, Gamora is a little bit. It is just a bit will they, won't they with Peter, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, I like Volume 2. I don't like it as much as Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that film, as a kind of an origin film for a superhero team, is nigh on perfect in my eyes. But I still think it's very, very good. I am fucking pumped for the Suicide Squad, and especially considering how well it kind of feels like the Suicide Squad is going to do both critically and commercially. He is going to be Billy Big Bollocks going back to Marvel now, and it is going to be, I don't need you, you need me. Let me do my fucking thing again. And I really, really like that. And I kind of like that in the Taika Waititi way with Love and Thunder as well, where it feels like those two films are really gonna fucking stand out in the next few years of Marvel films. I think Black Panther: Wakanda Forever has its own place in standing out for very different reasons. But Taika Waititi and James Gunn continuing to make films within the MCU is exciting to me. As following on from the discussion last week, to me, it's not, oh, fucking hell, they're being forced to do that again. Nope. James Gunn could have just as easily said, fuck right off when Disney asked him back for Volume 3. But he didn't.
No, he's gone back in there holding all the cards.
Holding all the cards, but also classy as fuck that he is winning. That man is fucking winning, and you love to see it. Fuck it, I am so fucking pumped for the Suicide Squad. Let's go.
Yeah. Is it a 15?
Oh, it's gotta be.
Yeah, it is a 15, isn't it? Because it's got some fucking F-bombs and violence and shit like that. I think that's what I'm kind of looking forward to, seeing what he can do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, right. Cool. Moving on. Ian, Night of the Kings, Becky, that you didn't watch, is written and directed by Philippe Lecourt. I'm going to say Philippe because he's French. And stars, what have we got here? Bakary Kone, Sika Swadego, and Steve name I'm not going to brutalize. What it's about, a young man is sent to Maka prison in the Ivory Coast. A prisoner of Ivory Coast in the middle of the forest, ruled by its prisoners. With the red moon rising, he is designated by the boss to become the new Roman and must tell a story to the other prisoners. And doesn't really give across the story. So, effectively, it's a prison in the jungle of the Ivory Coast where one of the inmates essentially runs the prison. If the inmate that is chosen from the prison becomes ill, they have to kill themselves. He has become ill, but doesn't think that he's quite at that point. If there is a red moon, they have to have a storyteller have to tell a story of the night of the red moon, and he uses this to get a little bit of extra time, let's say. And at the same time to try and use the exuberance that happens within this to maybe knock off a couple of his rivals who are pushing for him to kill himself, essentially, to do the right thing that he knows he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Ian, you recommended this to us, didn't you? Because you watched it for review for Vodzilla, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
People go to Vodzilla and read Ian's review on that. I haven't read it yet because I don't read reviews for movies that I haven't watched yet, but I will be reading it. Night of Kings, Ian. It's a bit good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a bit good. For me, one of the best films of the year so far. Fucking fascinating bit of world building. Like, just really great, like, combination of the known and the unknown. Like, the start of the film, the only thing that makes you think, this is a bit odd, is the fact that this prison is literally fucking surrounded by jungle. Like, it's a great fucking establishing shot. And then it's like your traditional fresh meat being welcomed into the prison, where like the all the inmates, so like in all the levels and whatnot, are fucking shouting at him and whatnot. You know, it's like, oh, okay, it's just gonna be this, is it? And then very quickly, it's like, no, this prison has its own kind of like bizarre feudal system, and the guards are basically just like, yeah, we're gonna stay out the fucking way. And just this the whole the story it's got to tell about like societies surviving on mythologies that on the outside in seem fucking ridiculous, but on the inside they are basically life. You know, it's quite frankly, you look at Christianity, it's like, you look at that on the outside looking in, it's like, you believe in what now? And yet that is what billions of people believe in, you know. And this prison, this ecosystem here, it's just, this guy's the king. When he's ill, he's got to kill himself. There's a red moon, and when the red moon happens, you have to tell stories. But not only that, as these stories are being told, inmates around him are almost like telepathically fucking keying into what is being said and what is about to be said, and start either singing or doing interpretive dance around him.
Yeah,
it's fucking incredible shit to watch.
Yeah, when he starts telling the story, and then you know, I wasn't as into the sort of the flashings of the story being shown to you as well, but the interpretive dance element to it was fucking fascinating.
Like the first time that happened, I was like, what the fuck's happening here? Like, yeah, in the best way.
And you think, oh, okay, are they just taking the piss? And then when it starts to happen more, you're like, all right, no, this is happening. And then when you have a fight later on, and you go, hang on a minute, has this just become West Side Story for a little bit?
Yeah.
This is brilliant. And the atmosphere of it is absolutely fantastic. In the sense that the movie, effectively, isn't it? It is just a person talking. The majority of it.
For a lot of it, yeah.
There's not that much that goes on. You know, it's. I said it to you after, because you weren't feeling great this morning. You went, you couldn't watch it. But I said to you, didn't I, that it points to us almost, not in terms of for the way that it feels, but the idea of how it's constructed felt at points almost Gilliam-esque.
Yeah.
In that more so the sheer confidence of going, this is the movie I'm going to make, and I hope people like it, but if they don't, I'm not going to compromise the movie that I want to make. And the cast are all brilliant with it. But it still feels like a gritty prison drama of sorts within it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
But I thought this was going to be a gritty prison drama. And it's not a gritty prison drama, but it still has those elements to it. It is a completely different film, but in a way that I was like, all right, it's not pretentious in any way at all, but it's definitely an art house movie. And it's probably the first art house movie I think we've had in the past 4 or 5 years that hasn't used a cello score or neon. It's
got a similar vibe to me to that one that we watched with the couple that moved to the UK into a house, and then the house was haunted. What was that one called?
Oh, Her House.
Yeah.
His house.
His house.
yeah.
Just like
yeah. There is definitely there is
I watched part of it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Obviously.
but it's, like you say, it's a fascinating piece of work.
Mm.
And then as it goes along, you kind of start getting caught up in I think it's almost like the adrenaline of it, but it's not like a adrenaline fueled movie.
Mm.
Yeah. No, it's not. And I mean, it's interesting because I know you were saying that you weren't really into kind of like the flashes of the story, but I thought it was interesting how it starts out basically him just kind of like saying what happened to what was it, Zuma King?
Yeah.
I think they call it, like kind of what happened to him, and then it goes into kind of like the origins of his birth and then like his family history. It kind of becomes more mythical as Roman is getting more confident with his storytelling, and by the end it's kind of like straight up like a fucking CG spirit animal fight almost. But I liked how that represented just the power of his storytelling growing and growing. Yeah, and again, the start of this film, you wouldn't think how's it like what's going to happen in the third act. Well, someone's going to tell a story that makes people seem to involuntarily start doing interpretive dance, while it also cuts to what's actually happening in the story where there's CG beasts fighting each other and shit. You just wouldn't see that from the start of the film. You know, honestly, it's one of those things where I think you could probably say you've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it isn't. And then the ending is such a done.
Yeah, it ends quick.
Yeah, it does. And then you go, oh, I fucking care. Right. All right, so nothing got wrapped up there at all, but it doesn't leave on it doesn't end on a cliffhanger either. It's, yeah, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic film.
Yeah, very, very definitely not shit. And my boy Paul saw this and Riders of Justice, I think, the same weekend at the Chapter Cinema in Cardiff. Or was it? It was the same day.
Same day, just like, them.
Yeah, both at Chapter's a great fucking cinema, and it's like, I will say one of the great things about the silver linings of this whole kind of like film distribution pattern changing. Chapter used to get hot indie shit like a week or two after other places. For some reason, that seems to be changing, and they're getting shit day and date now, and that's fucking great. Like, they're playing the Sparks Brothers this week, and I'm going to try and catch a showing of that. And that thing is weirdly not playing in many places. It's kind of weird how small that a footprint that is, considering it's directed by Edgar Wright. But being able to see Night of the Kings and Riders of Justice on the same day on a big screen, what a fucking treat.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great. Very good film. Definitely not shit. Wasn't sure I was going to get to it, so I didn't do an audience poll for it. And also, I'm not sure how many people would have seen it. But when it comes,
it's on VOD.
Yeah, it is on VOD, and it's a good recommend. It's not a drag yourself through it because it's worthy watch. It's a really interesting watch.
Yeah.
And it's about 95 minutes as well.
Straight up.
Well within your wheelhouse.
So, moving on to something that, let's see if it was an interesting watch or if it's a worthy watch. The sequel 26 years later longer than that, actually, isn't it? It's 25 years later, sorry. To Space Jam, directed by Malcolm D. Lee.
It wasn't long enough.
Starring LeBron James, Don Cheadle, Zendaya's voice, the Looney Tunes, Stephen Ewan, Sarah Silverman, and just a bunch of just intellectual property was in this movie. What's it about? A rogue artificial intelligence kidnaps the son of famed basketball player LeBron James, who has to work with Bugs Bunny to win a basketball game. Short and sweet. Ian, Space Jam: A New Legacy. It's the movie nobody asked for. Is it the movie you wanted?
So when you started reeling off the cast and whatnot there, I just leaned into my chair, and just thought, I don't want to talk about this. What a fucking, like, just nihilistic bit of fucking death of cinema shit this is. Definitely shit. Moving on. It's awful. Mark, don't you dare. Honestly, I don't know what Mark thinks of it. I honestly don't.
You can't say anything.
Did you watch Space Jam, Becky?
I did not. No, I refuse.
Okay, all right. With the greatest of respect, if you haven't seen, I respect your opinion for not liking old. If Mark is about to say that he liked Space Jam, I might actually quit the podcast.
I've seen neither Space Jam.
What I will say is Space Jam: A New Legacy should not exist. There's no idea in this that is new whatsoever. It's baffling that this movie exists. The people who made it and the people who wrote the screenplay, and there's an awful lot of them for some reason, are entirely to blame for this movie. The problem with it is there was a few moments that I actually quite enjoyed, but
as we clarified earlier, you are an idiot.
I am an idiot, and I am a sucker for the Looney Tunes. So the first time when Bugs Bunny gets LeBron James to chase him, and he paints a tunnel on and then runs through it, and then LeBron James runs straight into it, I laughed. And then LeBron James turned around and going, what did I expect to happen there? It's a bit like going, yeah, and then a train comes through and hits him afterwards. And I laughed. Them thinking they found Michael Jordan, and I didn't know about this, by the way.
No, neither did I. It was good.
So they think it's halftime. They are thousands of points down in the game, right? And they're in essentially the changing rooms, and LeBron James is trying to get up like that. And then I believe it's Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam think they have found Michael Jordan. Okay. And they bring it out, and it's just Michael B. Jordan stood there with a thing of popcorn, just going, hey guys, you doing all right out there? Fucking killed me. Because Michael B. Jordan is such a sport for doing that. And he manages to be incredibly adorable and likeable for just a few seconds of screen time.
And in that time, you're just thinking, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, come back, Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, be in this film. Be in this film, please.
Because at that point I was thinking, I really hope right now that they turn around and go, and Michael B. Jordan goes, I'll give it a go. And he just plays basketball and it turns out that he's crap at it. Or something like that. But the problem is, the constant trying to shoehorn bits of Warner Brothers property into it is, without question, the worst bit of it. So did I like it? No, I didn't hate it though. I would go as far as to say that I'm somewhere between Geostorm and Touching Cloth, in the sense that it's way too long. I mean, it's 20-25 minutes too long. and I don't quite get the core story of it. Like, what LeBron James is an overbearing father. I don't get what LeBron James gets out of this, apart from the fact that he looks a bit like a dick. And, you know, and the actual reality of it is LeBron James isn't a dick. He's actually a very nice man.
But this is the thing. The storyline is about how he doesn't understand his kid.
Yep.
Because, you know, he had one conversation with Wood Harris when he was younger, where Wood Harris was like, stop playing Game Boy, concentrate on sport. And then he's taken that to mean my children must only concentrate on sport and nothing else that they love.
Yeah.
And it's fucking...
Unless it's basketball.
Yeah. So, like, the one kid, absolutely fine.
Yeah.
You know, that kid, all good. His other kid, how dare he be a fucking genius video game programmer? How dare he?
His daughter? Fucking hell. LeBron's daughter must be like, the fuck? But I will also confess to every time they said ball and the ball flew out and smashed the kid in the face, I laughed heartily.
Yeah, fine. I just this film, I don't. Yeah, like you say, there's no reason for it to exist. Ryan Coogler producing it is fucking baffling. Like, what is he doing, making being involved in this? Where it's Warner Brothers. I mean, it may as well have been called "Look at All Our Shit."
Yes.
Like,
but unashamedly as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fucking disgusting. I honestly, I mean, I know that sounds like hyperbole, but I'm not going to blame Malcolm D. Lee, because apparently he came in after a couple of weeks where the original director had been fired, and he was basically there to say action and make sure that the actors worked. You know, like, he didn't have any actual passion in it. So fair play. Jobber working for hire. I wonder how much influence Ryan Coogler had over it, because it feels like it was just Warner Brothers going, fucking hell, but everybody loves Disney. We need to remind people what we have. So who were those guys in that Kubrick film who wear all the white? Yeah, the Droogs. Yeah, what Clockwork Orange? Yeah, put them in the crowd. Yeah, but Mr. Blah blah blah. That's a Clockwork Orange. I don't care. It's our IP. I want to remind people that it's ours. Oh, she's interesting looking. Like, what film's this from? Oh, The Devils.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. No, put her in there. So, do we own that? Yeah, but it's complicated. What do you mean it's complicated? We own it. Yeah. Put her in there.
Do you know what I think happened there? Is because isn't I'm very certain Malcolm D. Lee's related to Spike Lee, isn't he?
Sure.
Yeah, he's his cousin.
Sure, why not?
I reckon he's basically gone round to Spike's, had a couple of drinks, and he's gone, yeah, they're gonna throw this. What is it? And Spike Lee's gone, you should get the Devils in it. You should get Vanessa Redgrave, the fucking Devils, right at the fucking front of that fucking audience. And why the Droogs? What? Just fuck around with it, man. Put all the nasty shit at the front.
But it feels like
idea, that
someone is taking the piss,
without question,
or they have literally got no fucking idea who they are putting in there. And God, I hope it's the former, but I think it might be the latter.
I think it's the former. But as well, it does have Don Cheadle doing Training Day, King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Look, yeah.
And then King Kong going, huh?
No, I mean, I mean, Don Cheadle is game, and, you know, I don't think he embarrasses himself or anything. This film's existence troubles me. This film it exists to further cement LeBron James as a multimedia superstar, and to remind people of what Warner Brothers owns.
Yeah,
There
even to the point of Rick and Morty are in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they give back the Tasmanian devil because they can't do anymore because he's causes too much trouble. You would hate this movie.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, this is it though, and it's like I don't understand what kids would get much out of this. You know, I mean the drop off. I mean, actually, to be fair, there was a massive drop off in the US box office. The UK box office actually rose week on week, but like that's very, very weather affected, I think. But it's. I know I keep on talking about Ryan Coogler, but God, I'd fucking love to know what the fuck he thought he was doing here. Like, I mean, did he just love Space Jam as a kid and he wanted to try and do another one? If so, fair enough, I suppose. But this film is so fucking soulless and just so creatively bankrupt. And I honestly, I think in a way quite nasty in just how brazen it is.
Well, even to the point of where you've got Sarah Silverman's character as one of the Warner executives, basically just agreeing with whatever anybody says in the room.
Yeah, no, quite. I mean, yeah, I
think I liked the nihilistic nature of it in a way, but I also just really do like the Looney Tunes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Apart from Bugs Bunny.
It just it feels like there should be a title card that comes up at the end that says also available on HBO Max. Everything you just fucking saw in the last 117 minutes.
Except most of it isn't available on HBO Max because, for instance, The Devils isn't available on anything in the US.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't buy it.
Yeah, I mean, Warner basically want to pretend that the Devils don't exist. You know, like there's been a DVD release in the UK, and I don't like Marco. Sorry,
but it's not the final cut. It's not the full cut.
No, Mark Kermode's been trying for fucking years to get Warner to kind of like unleash the reins on it, and yet here is one of the characters from the Devils very prominently in the front row in fucking Space Jam.
Yeah, and the thing is, the Devils, the whole when the DVD came out in the UK for it, they did like a full restoration of the full cut of it for the DVD. So it was all restored and it was all ready to go. And then literally Warner at the last minute went, no. And it's just it's the theatrical version rather than the uncut version that is on there.
Look,
it's mad.
Wake me up when there's the Devil's Nun skin in Fortnite.
Fair enough. If there ever is, I will re-download Fortnite and buy the Devil's Nun skin in Fortnite.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Have you done your ratings?
I am Geostorm.
Ian?
Do you know what? I'm going to break my rules slightly. I think I gave it a 1.5 out of 5 because I had a couple of laughs out of it on Letterboxd. Suspiria.
Oh, wow. Okay. Got 2 Suspirias this week. This has not been a bad week for the podcast.
This fucking guy likes everything.
Yeah. Well, you're an idiot, though, aren't
you? Well, fair enough. I was waiting for that. We do have a question, guys.
Okay.
Rick Kidd at Rich J. Kidd. What's the worst sequel to a good film? I doubt there's a bigger drop-off from Highlander or Starship Troopers to their sequels.
I'm going to get in real quick with Candyman sequels.
No. Rick, disagree. Starship Troopers 2 has got that magnificent son of a bitch as a line. Can't hate it.
Fair.
I will admit I don't hate Starship Troopers 2.
I don't think I've seen it.
I can't remember Highlander 2, but I do remember seeing some of the Highlander story series, like The Gathering and things like that, which was like the fourth or fifth one.
You're not super keen on the Highlander anyway,
No,
right?
I think
so
it's
not gonna be
massively
as much of
overrated. Yeah.
a thing for you. But yeah, Candyman for me.
Candyman
with
for you.
the sequel.
Ian.
Apart from obviously the new one that's coming out this year, which is going to blow all our fucking minds and change our lives.
Okay.
So.
Ian.
Space Jam.
Wow,
Kind of set out
okay.
then, really. Yeah, fair enough. Kick-Ass 2.
Okay.
That's a good shout, Mike.
Kick-Ass is a good, fun, whereas it's nasty in the right place movie, and Kick-Ass 2 is a bigger budget, nasty piece of work. That literally makes a joke out of a rapist not being able to get an erection.
Can I also like Terminator sequels after number 2?
No.
Why?
No, yeah.
Yeah. In comparison to 1 and 2.
In comparison, yeah. So if you're talking drop off,
yeah.
fair enough. But in terms of, I don't think they're unmitigated bad movies though.
The question asks about drop off.
No, he doesn't say what's the worst sequels. He then mentions drop off later on.
Crocodile Dundee 2 as well.
I love Crocodile Dundee 2.
It's terrible.
I love all of the Crocodile Dundee anything.
No.
Best bit of Crocodile Dundee 2 is right at the start where he uses dynamite to go fishing.
It's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
That's the best bit.
I'm sticking with Kick-Ass. What is it? Ian, what we're covering next week?
I need to go like now, so I'm just gonna say The Suicide Squad. Cannot wait. Let's fucking go. Also, Jungle Cruise.
Yep.
Let's see.
Right. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Thank you very much, Rebecca. Thank you very much for Ian. Ian needs to go. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
This podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.